Welcome to Weebhead.
Konnichiwa, you magnificent bastards! Now today I want to talk about an issue that affects us on a global scale. Weeaboos.
The anime starts in this dystopian city, and we see this dying dude where this bitch gives him one last kiss as she was about to peg him. We enter this flashback of the dude where he is a weeb and lives in this cargo bungalow because he's only interested in 2D pussies just like you and me, and his name is Taku. We then see him having incest vibes with his sister.
This is disgusting.
And as he sits back into his PC, a dark web user sent him some gore pics. He goes home after gaming from an internet cafe. As he walks into this alleyway, he saw this pink-haired yandere, and she recreated the gore pic and tells him that she's waiting for him to get circumcised. As he runs, he brings the dagger along with him, and he gets comforted by his imaginary waifu. The next day comes where he goes to school, where he gets paranoid and feels like there's someone following him, and he saw this glasses bitch.
Hello there.
As he goes home, he bumps onto the glasses bitch again and tries to run away because she might be the yandere girl from yesterday. Dude, the killer was a pink-haired girl, and this bitch has yellow hair, or maybe she wears a wig or something. He bumps onto this motorcycle, and the glasses bitch help him return to his bungalow, and they bond over how big of an otaku they are. But the virgin doesn't let his guard down, even though that he might have found the perfect waifu, because he still wants some 2D pussies.
Nothing will stand in the way of me and my virginity.
She bumps onto the shelf and starts cleaning, and she saw the dagger. She shows him some hentai mangas and asks the weeb on a date, and he agreed because everything is going smooth. He goes to school the next morning and saw the yandere girl sitting right beside him.
Oh, hell no!
He accused her for being a murderer and begs her to spare his life, but she doesn't know what he's talking about. Then his fuckboy friend arrives and tells him that the three of them are BFFs since the first grade, and he proceeds to show a picture of the three of them. He goes home and gets comforted by his imaginary waifu and tells him that everything is just a distraction, and he just needed to game to escape from reality. Then the yandere bitch shows up and he tells her to get the fuck out of his bungalow. We then see the Japanese FBI discussing the murder incident, and they see the weeb from the CCTV footage, and they will track him down.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
We cut back to the weeb where the glasses bitch shows up to remind him of their date. They buy some anime figurines and they exchange some contact info. As he goes home, the glasses bitch mails him to go on another date, but he deleted the message.
And it's gone.
We then cut to this scene where they go home together after school. He saw her bag and noticed the Kermit keychain.
I'm Kermit the Frog.
Her bag falls and he saw the murder articles that she brought. He tries to run away but she grabbed him by the balls, and she pulls out the dagger that he brought home after witnessing the murder incident, and she asks him if he's part of the new gen criminals. He says no, and she shows her all of the pictures, links, and chat messages of him before the murder, and how he played in a net cafe during that time, and she tells him that he staged all of this murder and he's the dark web user named General. We then see this flashback of the weeb where he manifested their school bus to crash because his parents wouldn't let him join the field trip, and it worked. He visited his childhood doctor to consult about his ADHD, but he doesn't remember him.
Who?
He then tells him to sleep for a bit to analyze his brainwaves or something. He dreams about his waifu and wakes up to reality. We then see the pink-haired bitch getting helped by low-budget Rei Ayanami here, and Rei monologues to herself that the devil might return anytime soon. He goes home and analyzes the image to see if it's Photoshop or an AI-generated image, and he saw himself in it, and he deduced that this image comes from the future because it was sent to him the day before the incident. He does some research about precognitive powers and he stumbles onto a band that does some satanic ritual shit. He goes to one of their gigs to investigate along with his BFF. He sees the lead vocalist and it's low-budget Rei Ayanami. She starts singing the ritual song and he daydreams of getting pegged by her with his huge-ass holographic sword. But his BFF wakes him up and he leaves, while low-budget Rei noticed his lustful eyes on her. He goes on a date with his sister and he saw some girls holding a huge-ass holographic sword again. He sits back into his PC and received another cryptic message, and it's an image of a man getting murdered in a bathroom, and the word "whose lustful eyes were those" written on the side. The weeb games in a net cafe again, and as he goes home he sees this blue-haired girl, and she interrogates him by giving him a foot job.
Stop it.
She asks him if he can see her sword, and she tells him to report back to her if he can see some anomalies. The next day comes where his BFF told him that low-budget Rei Ayanami enrolled in their school. They see her and his BFF tries to reason her, but she ignored him and she says that she wants the weeb to tear up his pussy because she felt his pee-pee power during her concert.
Nice.
And she tells the weeb to find his holo sword because it can save him. As he goes home, the FBI starts their investigation on him, where they ask him some questions on the night of the murder, and he says, "It wasn't me, officer, I swear. I just saw a pink-haired girl that wants to get laid, but I never knew that she's a man-eater." He gives his personal info to them so that they can dox him, I mean to protect him. He does some research about this holographic sword in order to buy one and protect himself, but his sister immediately broke it. He goes to school where he meets a new transfer student. As she walks past him, she's glad that the weeb is the same as her, and his virgin instinct starts tingling. He goes home and hallucinates that everyone gets raptured, and this crippled man introduces himself as the general who sent him the gore pics. Disgusting! And he tells him to stop being a pussy. The pink-haired girl saved him from his hallucinations, and he's still being a dick to her after getting help. Fuck, I really hate this fucking dumbass man. Why don't you grow some balls for once? He goes to school where his BFF told him that some FBI are looking into the students' names. As he goes home, he follows the sword girl to this train, and she asks him if he's seen any anomalies, but he pussied out and didn't say a single word, and she tells him that they live in a simulation and he needs to be careful because he might glitch out and end up in the back rooms. He meets up with a glasses girl and she tells him to stop killing people and go to the hospital because he has a double personality.
Stop it. Get some help.
He starts having some existential crisis and he pushed her away. As he runs, this mob of brainless people chased him after the Four Eyes bitch tells them. Then he stumbles into low budget Ray and they run onto the subway. They talk about on how they got chased, and he asks her on how to get a hologram sword so that he can protect himself. And she breaks the fourth dimension to flex on her sword.
Call that a knife? This is a knife.
She explains that Shibuya attracts weebs because of anime culture, and it's easy to get lost to this delusion. And she tells him that he's the only one that can find his sword, and she leaves.
Good day, sir!
He goes back to his bungalow where the Four Eyes bitch sent him an email, and he watched this video on a group of people doing the leap of faith on top of a building, and he concludes that the one filming was the crippled man because of the low camera angle. He then analyzes on how to get his holographic sword. He then saw the glasses bitch and he got scared of her feminine powers and he runs away. The pink-haired bitch helps him calm down, and he vents out his fourth dimension experience on her, and they saw this protest of kicking out Satan in Shibuya. He goes back to his bungalow and researches for any ways to summon his holographic sword, and someone sent him an email that his regular doctor got killed, and he starts to panic. But the pink-haired bitch arrives, and as he felt the touch of a woman, all of his troubles fade away. We cut to this badass blue-haired bitch here, where she starts to attack this lardass for being sus, and she finds out that he was carrying a bomb with a processor brand of Nozomi. The next day comes where he bumps into low-budget Ray, and she tells him, "You need to find your sword ASAP, boy, because the FBI is on the move." "Then how did you find yours? Can you teach me?" "I didn't know how, but it was just there sticking out like a sore thumb, and I grabbed it." He goes home along with the pink-haired bitch, and they talk about low-budget Ray having a holographic sword. He keeps seeing the four-eyed bitch and he gets scared like a pleb.
Stop! I could've dropped my croissant!
We cut to Mr. FBI talking to this middle-aged woman about how to stop these new-gen cases, and he plans to stop it even if it means bringing the government down. Back to the weeb where he received a call from this unknown number. As he answered his phone, he noticed that it's the general calling him. He hangs up and a big earthquake appears, where the holographic sword users experience some static noises. As it ends, we see the four-eyed bitch receiving a call, and she sees this huge fog covering the city. He goes to school and saw low-budget Ray attempting to do the leap of faith head first. We then see the Nozomi Corporation led by Elon Musk here, and they talk about world domination and proceed with the plan Noah 2. We cut back to the weeb as he runs away after the leap of faith. Then badass babe here asks him how he managed to summon a flower bed to save low-budget Ray from committing Sudoku, and her name is Senna by the way, so I'll just call her Ayrton Senna. And he said that he just imagined a flower bed and it appeared straight out of nowhere. She then speculates that maybe his powers are summoning things from his imagination to IRL, and she tells him that he needs to be careful with his powers because the world is run through binary. He goes to school where he gets bullied for simping to low-budget Ray. Then the yellow-haired girl sitting in his back talks to him telepathically, but he thought that this was an illusion and he leaves. As he walks along, he gets cocked by these douchebags, and he was slowly able to manifest his holographic sword. He wakes up and sees the yellow-haired bitch saving him, and they run away. She introduced herself, and her name is Cozy Osborne.
Good evening, Ozzy.
Hello there.
She flexes her holosword and tells him that he's a weak-ass weeb, and they stumble onto Ayrton Senna, where the pair tells him that he's a megalovania because he can see their holoswords and he also looks like Sans. We cut back to Elon where he explains that there are secret megalovania people who carry Starlink internet in their backpack, and this is the reason why people can see illusions he created because of this brainwave magnetic thing. We cut back to the tree where they saw a crane going wild in the middle of the city. The pair of ninjas starts hunting the megalovania people, and they destroy their Starlink internets. They saw this, and we see Elon being approved by the corrupt governments to stop those rebel students so that they can continue on their world domination. The pair tells him that if he can manifest and send some brainwave particles onto people's minds, maybe he can finally summon his sword. For now, they need to work together and stop the SpaceX from world domination. We then see the FBI reviewing a CCTV footage of Ayrton Senna murdering someone in cold blood, and they go to this fat-ass journalist to analyze the data they've gathered about the new gen killers. Pink-haired bitch on the other hand meets up with the cripple and begs him to end the weeb's suffering, but he tells her not yet because he still has an important mission to do. We cut back to the three megalovanias where they infiltrate the SpaceX company by using some brainwave manipulation disguise. They find the Cerebrum and Elon Musk shows up to stop them. Some epic fight scene happens where Senna used some chains to tie Elon, but he reversed it and it's very cool.
Wait a minute!
The weeb sees the flashback of Ayrton Senna as she sees her mom getting mentally tortured for letting her wake up to reality after this brainwave experiment. Low budget Ray shows up and froze Elon to save them. She fainted and the lesbian couple starts fighting. The ice breaks and Elon tells the weeb that he manipulated their brains and they start seeing each other as him. Elon attacks the weeb but Senna saves him and the lolly destroys the Cerebrum, and we see Elon as a hologram and he fades away, and he left a voicemail saying, "This is not the end, dweebs. The one you've destroyed is merely a prototype, so I'll be coming back in a few months to get revenge. So be prepared, okay? And look forward to our amazing battles. See you later, it's your boy Elon." We then see the real Elon talking to this mysterious bitch he captured about the day of the new judgment is coming. We see Glasses bitch leaking some info on the FBI about the weeb being a new gen. He then receives a call from his underling that a new gen attack is happening. On the other hand, the lesbian duo search some items on the weeb's bungalow and they find the secret science formula.
Science!
Cut back to the weeb where he meets up with Ray and she thanks him for the flower bed, and she also tells him that to summon a sword he needs to suffer first, and if he doesn't do it now the world might fall into nuclear destruction. As the weeb goes home, he gets attacked by Senna because of his secret science formula, but the pink-haired bitch protected him. Senna's dad shows up and she attacks him, but it was just an illusion.
You just got pranked, bro!
Senna then tells him that his secret science formula is the one causing all of this chaos. We then see Elon telling the secret science formula to the big daddies, and this will help them in their world domination.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Then we see the cripple going back to his room and he is the weeb all along. He goes back to his parents' house to find his sister, but their house got yeeted out. Then pink-haired bitch tells him that his family is just a figment of his imagination, and if he doesn't believe her, she'll erase him. And the one pulling the strings behind all of this is himself. We see the Glasses bitch giving the fat-ass lady a Kermit keychain, and she deduced that the SpaceX is the one making these keychains because of the electromagnetic waves it emits.
Science!
We then see Mr. FBI going to the rooftop of the hospital where he gets shot by his co-high and is now going to kill him because he learned too much info. On the other hand, Glasses bitch meets up with her twin where they argue about who's who, kinda like that Spider-Man meme.
Who?
She managed to summon her sword and attack her twin, but it's just a secret agent of Elon, and low budget Ray saves her, and she says that she's also a member of the Hologram Knights or something. Cut back to the weeb where he asks her sister to erase him, but she can't do it because they're siblings. He calms down and asks her sister for a hug, but she disintegrates because it was just an illusion, and he cries because he can't have an incest relationship on her anymore.
I have several questions.
Meanwhile, the pink-haired bitch found the real sister captured by Elon. As she cries begging for help, she manages to summon a holo sword. Elon tells the pink-haired bitch that she sucks and she should kill herself, and she gets depressed.
Around me are familiar faces.
We cut back to the weeb where he walks in the city and meets the cripple, and he tells him that he needs to destroy SpaceX so that Elon can't take over the world. He also tells him that they're the same person, and once he wakes up, the cripple's life will shorten. He finally found his holo sword and starts hunting down the SpaceX workers. Finally, after 11 fucking episodes, man, he finally grew some balls. Anyway, he saw the nurse from the hospital and learns that she's the new gen killer. She pulls out the dagger from episode 1 and she committed Sudoku. The city starts fogging out and we see it being destroyed by an earthquake. He wakes up and he saves low budget Ray, Glasses bitch, and his sister after getting stuck. He then tells the three that he's going to save the pink-haired bitch. The Lebanese duo finds Senna's dad and he saves Senna from getting shot by the FBI spy. He starts using some manipulation powers, but the weeb arrives to save them. He gets penetrated, but he reversed it to kill the FBI. Then Senna begs the weeb to stop Elon. We then see Elon, Putin, and Xi Jinping activating the Starlink, and Elon betrayed them because he doesn't want any CCPs or Bliats in his new world, and he killed them through brainwave manipulation. The weeb arrives at the Cerebrum to save the bitch and he starts fighting Elon. As he was about to destroy the Cerebrum, he gets manipulated by Elon and he was penetrated in the ass. But through the power of friendship, he wakes up from Elon's manipulation, and the bitches summon this water spirit which climbs the building and froze Elon.
Nice job, team.
And the weeb impaled Elon on the Cerebrum. And we cut back to the first scene of the episode 1 where the pair confess their love for each other, and that's the end of the anime. This anime gets an I don't know what the fuck did I just watch.
What the hell is even